Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. I'm here at EICMA 2023 and I'm here at the Keeway stand. Now it's a brand that I've seen at these shows before. I don't think I've ever done a video from Keeway before. I think in the past I'd mainly seen them as being small displacement scooters and motorcycles, and I'll be honest, I didn't know a great deal about them. So yeah, and it was never really on my radar. This time they do have a lot of bikes here, like a lot of bikes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you as much as I can, but there are a couple of really interesting ones here, including, as you can see over my shoulder, a 450 rally bike. Seems everyone has a 450 rally bike these days. Anyway, let me show you what's on the stand and see what you think. So I'm going to start with a 125 scooter that looks quite nicely finished. I'm going to come along to this Keeway 60s 300cc scooter with fuel injection. As I go down the line here, there really is just quite a big variety. Here's, I think, another 125 that's more sort of, looks like off-roadish. The same with this one. I think also sort of a 125 maxi scooter. And then one down the end, which looks a bit like an adventure scooter. There seem to be a lot of those these days. This one is called a Fiesta 300 XTV. So this is the bike that actually caught my eye as I walked past the stand. And I guess it looks like a fairly run-of-the-mill 300cc bike. A lot of these stands have, you know, from brands that I really don't much about. This one I think is a little bit different because it's actually a 300cc V-twin, if you can just about see that power plant in there, which is, yeah, something a little bit different. And the more I look at it, it's got lots of nice little touches on it. You know, those red wheels look kind of nice as I come around the back. I'll show you how it looks from the rear. I mean, even that is quite attractive for a motorcycle. You can see it's got that twin exhaust down in there, and actually, again, looking at the build quality on this, I think it's all right. You know, must admit, I didn't have particularly high expectations, but just coming up and seeing the finish on that paintwork, even seeing that TFT dash there clicking away, you know, that was really bright. This bike is called, it is a V302N. I guess V because it's a V-twin, 302. Guessing that's the displacement, and the N because it's a naked. But yeah, if I step away from there, you can have a proper look, and I think you'll agree that's not a bad looking bike. So as I come down through here, first up we have one called an RK250S, and that's another 125, another 125, and then a more sort of street orientated 125. Now this here is actually the bike that caught my eye when I got here, and yep, it's a 450 rally bike. So I'm not sure if that's a modified KTM or something. I mean, I can show you some of the detail on it, maybe somebody can tell me. They call it a Keeway TX450 rally. It's got a very tall windshield. It's got that big sort of V headlamp that looks a little bit KTM. Looks like it has 4 separate elements in there. As I come across, you can see the tops of the forks in there. I don't believe those are WP forks, which makes me think it's not a KTM, but it is something else completely different. Coming around and looking from this side, you can see it does have a conventional dash in there on top of a carbon fibre tower that has both USB and 12-volt power. It has some, what in here looks like a controller for the tablets. It comes with a steering damper that looks slightly familiar. The suspension says fastace.com, who's done the suspension. Now it does have the twin tanks as a rally bike, so the fuel carried low down. And then coming up to the rear, it does have a rear tank with the filler on the right hand side, which is what I've seen Cove have done to the rally bikes for 2024. You know, mine still has the filler up in the middle of the back there. Coming a bit further down, just to show you the side of the bike, we have an exhaust pipe with a carbon fibre end cap. It's got very big pegs, which are very sharp, lots of grip, very wide. There's nice sort of CNC machined brake pedal, carbon fibre bash guard up there at the front. And as they come along the back here, you can see that it does have Nissin brakes at the back, just a single disc. Coming around the back, I see that it does have a pair of indicators, which says to me that it is something that could be road legal. Also with a number plate on there. Looking down this side, you can see the rear sprocket there. It doesn't appear to have a cush drive, which is different to my rally, but maybe it's just hidden away somewhere in there. The side stand doesn't have a loop to hold it up, which again is different to my 450. Again, we've got that big peg there. Looking up on this side, you know, all the fittings to hold the bodywork on look like they are just hex bolts to put them in, which is again a bit different to what I have on my Cove. Coming up top from this side, you can see that they don't have any handguards fitted as standard. Then again, the road going Cove doesn't either. So yeah, just really interested to see how this all mounts together. The handlebar mounts look a bit more conventional than they are in my Cove as well. And yeah, that whole front rally tower looks much more integral. It's not as easy to remove as it is on the Cove. Coming down through here though, you can see it's got a single disc with ABS. And yeah, even looking up and in there, you can just see the top of that bash guard. Very interesting to see a Keeway Rally 450. So let's have a quick look around the rest of the Keeway stand. I think that was the main bike that I was interested. We have a 150 scooter. I think these are again derivations of the scooters that I showed you at the beginning of the video. Now I did mention this was a big stand. So over on this side, in here we have some cruisers, including this one here, which actually looks pretty big. And I think that's a 1 litre V-twin on that bike. We have a much smaller, slightly more dainty cruiser up there that looks like it's a 350 single. And then up here we have a litre adventure bike. Now there are a lot of these around these days, but it's nice to see something new and a little bit different. I think this is under the brand of MBP, and the model is a T1002V. Yeah, I mean it looks fairly well turned out. You know, there's a slightly different approach to adjusting the screen with those alloy fasteners up there. And yeah, as I come down here, that front brake is made by J1, and oh, they do actually have a spec sheet. So for those of you who asked for this, hopefully you can read that off there. It's 997cc V-twin, 8 valve, makes 66 kilowatts. Yeah, very interesting indeed. You have a bit of a look at it from the front. I'll kind of give you just a glance down that side. There are a lot of people around the bike, so I can't really get down that side. This bike is the same bike actually. It's the T1002V. Has far fewer people around it, so I can actually give you a proper look. Yeah, close-up look, that front wheel with the double discs. Coming up here, you can see that dash properly. Now this bike is low down. Just slowly come away from that and give you a decent look down the left-hand side of the bike. Next thing we have is a 250cc trail bike that looks air-cooled. And then next to it, I think we have a 125 trail bike that actually looks quite smart. I believe that is also air-cooled as well. And we have one more cruiser that is a 250 single, which I know is tiny, doesn't really suit a cruiser, but I think that looks quite elegant for what it is. So coming down this side, I think we have a 500cc naked, followed by a 250, a 125, and then to finish off on this corner, I think that is one more 125. And then last of all, we have a 500cc 2-cylinder adventure bike. Now I know there's a lot of these around, but actually this one does look quite good. You have a bit of a look from the side. Can't get that close to it, but this one doesn't have the luggage on it. But you know what, of these 500cc bikes, it certainly looks distinctive. And yeah, I quite like that. Once again, it's branded as MBP. I guess that's part of the Keeway Group. Again, some components I don't really recognise. It's the J1 I think I have heard of before. It's got a sort of radiator guard in there at the back. The nose of it doesn't have a beak. It does have those 2 headlamps and then that big daytime running light. Quite a tall screen. And yeah, that's quite a nice sort of gold engine casing. And then those red effects on the wheels. So there you have it. That's a quick look around the Keeway and MBP stand, both part of the Keeway Group, here at EICMA 2023. Yeah, not really a brand I've heard of, and I must admit it was the 450 rally bike that kind of drew me in. Be interested to find out a little bit more about that, see what I can find out. But yeah, hopefully that has been interesting. It's given you a bit of a flavour of what they have. I'm sorry it's a bit all over the place. The bikes are kind of arranged by brand, not by type. So as I switched from Keeway over to MBP, there was some repetition, and I think all of that was done rather quickly. I'm sure there's more information on the website if you need it, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you on some of my other content from here at EICMA. Thank you.